I'd like to call to order the school committee meeting of August 23rd, 2022. If you could all rise to the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And Superintendent Murphy.
Thank you. I just wanted to update the community that each month I will be posting Marlborough Public School District updates on the Marlborough Public Schools website. These updates can be found by following the link on the district's homepage titled Superintendent's Message. We'll be focusing on updating all information on the website over the next 2 months. I did also post the strategies for improvement this past week as well. I'd like to remind all community members that there is a drop-down menu at the top of the page to change the text on the page to over 90 languages. And today I did send out the August update. I'd like to thank all the school custodians and the facilities department. I would like to recognize all of our hardworking custodians who have once again spent the last few months cleaning every single room and floor throughout the district. This year was especially challenging as they also assisted with the installation of new furniture in classrooms across the district. The facilities department completed many essential school projects, which Mr. Diaz will give a complete accounting for in one of his future reports. Renovation projects were completed at the Early Childhood Center, where conversions to additional classrooms occurred. Richer School, where music and art rooms were moved, and the Whitcomb School, especially a new vaccination clinic area has been added to the nursing office. Thank you to our food service team. It seems like this should be included in one of our reports every month. Once again, our food service team served many summer meals to both students and families throughout the summer. School reopening. This year, a number of Marlborough Public Schools traditions will return. On Monday, August 29th, and it's included in my update today, the families, all faculty will celebrate Employee Service Awards during our staff opening day activities. Later that day, students in grades 1 through 5 are invited to attend Open Door Day at their elementary schools. Kindergarten and early childhood students will have dedicated time in each school the week of September 6th. I would like to remind all students and families the first day of school for grades 1 through 12 is August 31st and September 8th for our pre-K and kindergarten students. I just also want to thank all the administrators in the district and all the teacher leaders that participated the last 2 days in our leadership retreat. I would also like to call out Supervisor of Wellness Todd Turcott, who worked with administration to plan a wonderful day today for everyone to participate in our Project Adventure course. Eric Nelson, Michael Reynolds, and Kevin Cormier were 3 Marlborough staff members that also supported this. They made an amazing, positive experience for all staff. Thank you.
Any questions? Any follow-up? Ms. Anderson.
Thank you. Well, I will say, I was lucky, and Dan and I were able to attend the leadership meeting yesterday, and it was really great to be able to be a part of it and to hear the discussions. Really appreciated the many hypothetical situations that Michael Joyce kind of brought forward, and allowed a lot of really healthy discussion across the district, understanding the differences of how people may need to handle things from elementary on up the full trajectory into high school, but also giving kind of like a common language, you know, a good element and an opportunity for having some really great discussion. And it was great to be a part of it. Thank you for inviting us. And today I did get to participate in the Project Adventure, and it was lots of fun. So thank you for that opportunity. It was great, and I really think that the staff really got a lot out of the experience, being able to really understand about working together through anything, and you can have a lot of faith and the support of each other. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And those discussions will continue throughout the year as well.
Great.
Anyone else? Earl? Dan?
I'm going to do something I seem to do a lot, which is echo Mrs. Hennis's sentiments. I always compare things to when I was teaching, and I used to dread meetings like that because I wondered how long it'd be before I completely zoned out. And it was so interesting and so in depth for one subject that really is an important subject, that I was through the whole time I was just rapt attention to everything as if I was going to be having to worry about this in a classroom the next day, which, who knows, maybe someday I will again. But it was great. It just was a good chance to actually see that's terrible. Who is responsible for all of this besides Ms. Murphy, obviously. And we have a great group of people that work and teach and run the school system. And I really hope the citizens of Marlborough do appreciate what's about to happen on the 30th of August. But thank you.
Oh, thank you. I just want to touch on one thing since we're a week before starting. Mm-hmm. For any parents and are listening, to remind them that school lunches and breakfasts will be free again this year. So I'm sure Mr. Diaz will give us a full report, but when they start, it's going to be there. So.
And he would really appreciate that you said that too, because he likes us to remind everyone of that daily.
So, there's breakfast and lunch for everyone the whole year. So, okay, thank you. Acceptance of the July 12th, 2022 minutes. Mrs. Hennessy.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes from July 12th, although I need to abstain from the actual vote since I was not there, which may end up needing to push that vote of the minutes.
I believe so, because we will not have a quorum. So I believe you
Can I motion to table them, please?
Please.
And second?
Second.
Okay.
All those in favor of tabling the minutes of July 12th? Passes 4-0. Thank you. Okay, public participation. Anybody wanting to speak on anything on the agenda this evening is welcome to the podium at this time if they'd like. Good evening.
Good evening.
If you could just state your name.
Good evening. My name is Kevin Maciuli, and I'm a resident of Marlborough. Madam Chair, members of the committee, as the father of 2 current and 1 former Marlborough Public School students, I am here again to discuss bullying, specifically the bullying prevention policy that will have its first reading tonight. As you consider this policy, my wife Kelly and I respectfully ask that you consider 3 amendments to the policy. As the members of the committee are aware, our family has unfortunately had experience with bullying in the Marlborough Public Schools, and so the suggestions we are making come from real life experience. First, is it possible to spell out what "in conjunction with the school committee" means in the prevention and intervention plan section? We would suggest the school committee should vote to approve or deny the plan. We understand that's not required by law, but in consultation is a little bit squishy. We think it would be better to define what that means. Second, we respectfully request, that the policy contain a requirement that the biennial review process include a defined public comment period and a defined process. We would also encourage the committee to require that the review include parents, staff, and outside professionals, including mental health and local law enforcement. Having diverse voices included in the process would only enhance and strengthen protections around bullying prevention, response, and support services for students and families. This is precisely why the legislature required the original plans to be crafted with the voices of teachers, community representatives, parents, law enforcement, and others. Third, add to the policy a requirement that parents and/or guardians of targets or potential targets be notified of the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's problem resolution system, regardless of the results of bullying investigations. The state's model bullying prevention plan includes the language. However, Marlborough's bullying prevention intervention plan only requires that parents or guardians be made aware if bullying has been found. As the administration has not updated the plan to include this language, and we did request that, we request that the school committee put it in policy. Lastly, and we don't know if this is for the committee or the administration, but you have a section on publication and notice. We'd ask that the appropriate officials ensure the definitions of target and aggressor be included in the student handbooks. These definitions were not included in the pre-K through 8 handbooks in 2021-2022. I believe they were in the high school. Alongside that, we'd ask that the appropriate officials place information regarding DESE's problem resolution system in the student handbooks. We thank the committee for its time and look forward to hearing a robust public discussion on the policy and our family suggestions at the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to comment? Seeing none. Action items, policy for removal. Mrs. Hennessy.
Thank you very much. So it's a policy night, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Y'all feel it? So a number of these policies that are before us tonight actually were in the July 12th special meeting that was called. As you may recall, I was not physically able to be here. So I do want to thank my subcommittee policy subcommittee members, Dan and Earl, who you guys, thank you, because we've been through a lot on trying to get everything updated, and we're working through it. So what I am suggesting, if possible, because this removal policy, as well as then a few of the others that are on for first read, were on, and I'm suggesting that we actually, since it's not a full committee tonight, I'd really like if we can continue some of these on the table so that we can do a full vote on everything down the road. And the down the road that I would like to suggest, if possible, would be that we actually call a special meeting for next Tuesday night, which would be the 30th. And my reason of suggesting that is because a number of these, I feel, and in consultation with obviously talking with the superintendent, it's important for us to start the school year with having these items in place. And so since we knew that, you know, tonight was going to be tight with a quorum situation, and I really feel that it should be a situation where the full committee has a correct opportunity to be able to review these and then comment. Obviously hear any kind of public comment that might come before us, as we already heard a comment tonight, and then provide us an opportunity to vote. If we were able to take the vote then on the 30th, it would allow Superintendent Murphy to go ahead and get these into process, putting them up onto the website, and then making whatever needs or adaptations into the handbooks to make sure that we have things ready to go. So if possible, I'm getting some nods, but I would like to actually ask for a suspension of the rules to act on the motion of taking a vote about this special meeting that I'd like to see if we might be able to call for next Tuesday night.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
That we, since you're asking for a continuation of tabling all of these, I believe.
Well, it would only be a portion of them that would be tabling because some of the others never were on first read. So it's kind of a portion.
But that when we get to number 10, reports,
Okay.
that the motion occur there from the subcommittee?
That's fine.
Does that work?
That's fine.
Okay.
We can certainly do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone's indulgence on that. But Okay, so then what I'd like to do is ask for a motion to table the policy for removal, which would be policy number 8.110, the Student Advisory Committee.
Motion to table.
Seconded. All those in favor?
Thank you very much. And then for the mission statement, policy 1.010, which is the mission statement, I'd like to make a motion for this to be on as a first read. And anybody that might have comment, please feel free to be in touch. Although, just as a reminder, this was the policy that we worked on as a full committee in our workshop meeting early August. Okay?
So this is for motion for,
This would be just for putting it on for a first read.
Yes.
Motion.
Motion, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I
seconded.
thought you
Any
were-
discussion? All those in favor? Carries.
Thank you very much. So I'd like to make a motion for 1.200, prayer in school, which potentially would have a name change, would be moved forward as a first read.
Earl?
Motion to. first read.
Seconded.
Sorry.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Passes.
So I would like to make a motion for policy 1.300, which is the bullying policy, to move forward as a first read.
Motion to move forward?
Seconded. Any discussion?
No?
All those in favor? Motion passes.
Thank you. So I'd like to make a motion for policy 2.223, the Student Advisory Committee, to stay on the table, please.
You have to do a motion for that? It's already on.
I did it.
Yeah, keep on the table,
like to
yeah.
do- yeah.
Earl, yeah, seconded. Any discussion? No. All those in favor? Table, continued on table.
Thank you. So I'd like to make a motion to continue to lay on the table policy 8.015, which is the DNR comfort care.
Motion.
Seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
I'd like to make a motion to move forward for a first read policy 8.130, which is student discipline.
Seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Approved for first read.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to move forward for a first read policy 8.140, student conduct.
Motion?
Seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion for first read of policy 8.145, which is the hazing policy.
Moved?
Second. Any discussion? That was good. Any discussion? No. All those in favor? Approved.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion for foster care. That would be to continue on the table.
Moved.
Moved.
Seconded. Well, any discussion? All those in favor?
And I'd like to make a motion to first read policy 8.600, which is the student dress code.
Seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Approved.
Thank you. And then last but not least, I'd like to make a motion for policy 9.700, the homeless education, to remain on the table.
So moved.
Seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Passes.
So thank you very much. So with all of that, I did already have a call from Ms. Bodenhender with a few amendments. Most of them were more letters, you know, typos, things like that. There were a few changes, such as we've had some discussion about our consistency, such as at the top of each of our policies, I'm dropping policies, so I do need to remove that. There are a few that are, some have it, some don't, so I'm removing that. As well, I'm trying to go through, there were a few places that she caught where I only had parent as opposed to parent
Or guardian.
or guardian.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I'm trying to go through and make those changes. The other thing that she did suggest, which this is something that we have discussed, is trying to have the consistency when it starts at the beginning of the policy, the Marlborough Public School District. So I'm trying to make that consistent across as well. So those are just
You can consult with the English teacher.
So those are a number of things I just wanted to make you aware of. There is an ensure that needs to be in place rather than assure. So I'm making that change too. But I just wanted to make you aware. What I will do and what I would ask is that if you all see some additional items that you'd like to make me aware of, if you can, please get those to me in short order. Then what I could do is I could get revised copies to Ms. Sibilio so that she could get those out to everyone to have prior to this additional meeting that I'm hoping to have. So I would respectfully ask that if you all have any comment to please just let me know within the next couple of days so I can hopefully let her know that too. Okay? And thank you very much. I appreciate everybody's assistance.
Thank you. Reports of school subcommittees. Oh, we're back to Mrs. Hennessy again.
Okay, so we are going to be planning another policy subcommittee meeting. We are getting right near the end, and then we get back on track to get with the policies that either need like annual review, biannual review, things like that. So dates will be going out, but obviously with the start of school, we didn't want to try and jump on.
Throw something else into your calendar?
When they kind of have a little bit going on right now. So dates will be forthcoming on that. And if I could make a motion for a suspension of the rules so that we may vote on having this additional meeting that I'd like to request for next.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor of suspending the rules?
And then I would like to make a motion to have a special meeting called for next Tuesday, which would be August 30th. So that way we can put a number of these items onto the agenda. And obviously anything else that the superintendent needs for us to address, obviously, right before the beginning of school.
So just to clarify, a special meeting August 30th, 7:30 p.m., regular meeting time? Okay. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Approved. We will have a meeting next Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. back here. Any other subcommittees? Nope, I have nothing to say. Members forum. Anybody like to speak at members forum?
So the only thing I'd like to say is I really did want to thank you all for being here tonight. I know that obviously with having 2 members that are out of town and another one that's out of commission at the moment, not able to be here, I did really want to thank you all for being here so that we can move these policies through our normal process and stay consistent to that. And I really wanted to thank you very much. So.
And I would like to welcome Brendan St. George back to the table. Right? You've been here. Yeah, I was going to say. Thank you. Yes. I'm happy to see a new face for this year. Not that I don't love everybody's face, but I'm saying I'm glad to see you back.
I'm just Barry and I are co-presidents this year, so we'll be.
Oh, we're
sharing.
sharing. Well, welcome back, Brendan. I hope you had a great summer, and I hope everybody is looking forward to a great school year.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. I think Mrs. Murphy, I get the sense it was a good couple of days, so.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and tomorrow is new staff orientation. So we're looking forward to welcoming a number of new faculty to the Marlborough Public Schools, where many of them have already spent the last 2 days participating in restorative justice training.
Oh.
So it's been an exciting, Whitcomb has been full.
A lot of good things ahead. All right, and if there's nothing else,
I'd like to make a motion for adjournment.
seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Move to close the meeting at 7:55 PM. Thank you, everyone.